What is going on, guys? Avatarmanz here, and I'm doing another replay analysis for you guys. The one I'm doing is called Fake Aerial Turtle Goal. It was an insane shot that I had in this game, but I also wanted to look at a lot of the defensive points in this game that I thought were good to point out. So I was on an alternative account from my friend, and so we're playing in like diamond-ish ranks, much lower than I normally play, so a lot of my movements might not be the same that you're used to seeing. And the other team had a bot right away because this was casual, and Beat Shack was at AFK, so the first couple seconds of this game were a bit shaky here, but you can see that when Ace gets this first shot, that even though I'm on the left side of the ball, it's actually best to clear it back to that same left side, because you can see that Ace, after he shoots this, he's actually landed already, and he's going to be ready for a clear if I try to push that back out towards the midfield. And Snookums, presumably, if he did his job, he took our back right boost there, and he would be ready for a clear if I tried to shoot this across the net to the other corner. So putting this back to the same corner I started from was actually the best decision I could have made there. Beat Shack didn't think that I had the save. I want to see what that looks like from his perspective. So he just saw the shot coming in real quick and reacted to it. I don't entirely blame him for going for that, but he should have at least seen me going up for it at least. You can also see that when I push this back to our corner, you can see that I air rolled already, and I'm already facing the ball the whole play. You can see that I adjusted my camera to check that, to make sure there was no demo incoming, to make sure that Fight Me wasn't going to bump into me, kind of check all my peripherals as I land, and then you can see that I'm also facing in the net, by the way. I backed up into the net all the way, so that if it is a near post shot, I can actually come forward and save it for a better clear, and then I can also protect the middle of the goal. The best thing for Fight Me to do here in this situation is to actually go on the goal line. Basically, let me see if I can't get the fly view here. The best thing for him to do here in this situation is to literally line up like outside the net, because I have like the first half of this entire goal saved. So anything that he saves, even if the ball comes out over our net and then bounces out, if he stays literally right where this camera is, on the outside blocking, he can come forward or jump straight up to guard this corner and basically get this last half of the net that I cannot cover in net. And then he would also have a quicker turn if the ball bounces off of our backboard. So that's where he should be rotating. You can see that this is not a very good defensive position for us to be in right now. And again, so since I'm facing towards the net, but Fight Me doesn't rotate, we kind of both double commit there for a second. So it puts us both out of position now. So now I'm on the back of the net here. Again, I probably should be pushing on one of these plays first, but you know, I was just kind of waiting for like a rather short clear, to be honest, so I could shoot on it. But when that first ball goes off the side, I should be much quicker to this every time, and Arrow actually does a really good job of air rolling his car, and he is able to get a really good shot on that. So, but as you can see in the timeline, we will come back in this game, so it's not a big deal. I also grabbed the mid boost because I didn't want the orange team to get it, but I probably could have saved that for Beat Shack, so that was also something that he could have grabbed. I should be rotating all the way back here. If Fight Me goes for this, I should be, since I have the most amount of boost, and I know Beat Shack doesn't have any, I should be the one rotating into the left side. I should be rotating right here where I was before, exactly where I was before, kind of back in here. So that way, by the time Beat Shack comes back, he should be, again, in the same position right here, ready for me to push out, and we can all make our team push out wherever this corner is. But again, I know that they're going to be expecting a clear from that side, so I actually pushed it across. And from this rank, I know that if I hit it across at a certain power, I'll be able to clear it across our net. Basically getting a nice clear here, dodging the demo, or the bump rather, from the goalie, and forcing a play here. You can notice that when I went for this ball, I actually went for a fake so I could try to dribble it. I'm not actually really going for the ball a whole lot. I only single jumped there, but just kind of keeping myself in the play. Ideally, I would have stolen their boost as well. But here's something that I wanted to point out from B-Check's perspective, because I saw this before I started recording, that B-Check hits this off the wall. I get the doink, which was a nice save by Snookums there to be ready for that. But as soon as he sees Fight Me turn up the wall here, Fight Me is either going to take this up the wall and put a shot on, or put it center, or put it towards the right, the enemy's left goal there, straight ahead. So B-Check should be turning infield here. He shouldn't be turning back anymore, because he should know that I should be rotating behind him already. So I'm actually already back, so there's no reason for B-Check to go any farther from this play. He should be assisting Fight Me in this entire play already, so he should be coming across the field and helping him out. So either B-Check should be touching this ball already, going up the wall, or bringing it back to the corner, or since there's nobody pushing, he could literally turn around and get behind the ball to come in for another shot, since Fight Me didn't have a good pass. At higher ranks, this is going to be taken, since Fight Me didn't have a good touch here. This is actually going to be cleared from the orange team every time. But you can see from B-Check's perspective, again, he just lets Fight Me go. In this scenario, it's not that bad because the orange team didn't push at all, but I just wanted to say that in a different game, this would not have happened that way. Alright, going back here is a good thing for B-Check to do, though, because Fight Me, in case he misses this, would be considered the last guy back, so it's not a bad idea to go back for this. However, since this is not a direct threat, like not a direct shot, it's not a bad idea to stay forward either, so either of the options is viable. But when he sees that he has a weak clear, he actually turns left, and which is good. Instead of staying center, B-Check did a really good job here of turning left and kind of staying along the same line as the enemy team here now. So he has a pretty decent challenge. Unfortunately, gets bumped, and I tried to fake out the whole team, but I wasn't able to get a good flick there. But I did grab their boost on the way out. So I'm expecting Fight Me to push up on this. He should be pushing up on this already. I want to see what happens here. So as soon as he sees B-Check push up, Fight Me should basically be almost where Storm is right now, because either this is going to go roll up the wall and B-Check is going to get a pass center, or this is going to bounce directly off the corner and go back out center, I mean, to where Storm is. So either way, Fight Me should be center more, basically in between the two boost pads, up on our front and up on our front left here. But since he's so far back, he allows Ace to go up and grab the ball. Now they have a good offensive play starting. So it's just some of the little things that you wouldn't notice to think about. But when the enemy team isn't pushing up a whole lot, then that's where, you know, we should be pushing on some of these, especially if we have boost. You can see that Fight Me had boost as well as I did there. I want to back up a little bit. So yeah, I'm expecting Fight Me to push up, so that's why I'm kind of taking his place. But this is not a good idea, because now we have all three of our team in the same pocket of space on the field, which is never good. I'm basically ignoring at this point, though, my entire team and just going for the shot, blocking the shot rather. And I know nobody's pushing up on that immediately, so that's why I took that so slow. Again, I know that this is not a direct shot on net. I'm just avoiding the direct shot right away, basically. Tried to pass back there for the last guy back. It's a nice save by Fight Me. I want to see what he did here. So even though the ball was above his head, and it was actually the best thing he could have done there was hit that the way he did. Fight Me noticed that the ball was going to be wrapping around up over his head, so he did good to turn back. You can see he points his nose back towards the goal to get a better angle on the shot. You can see then he turns around to get a much better clear. That was perfect. Exactly what I would have done there. The second that you notice that the goalie, especially me in this situation, B-Check should be pushing up here. I want to see this play from his perspective. So one thing you notice is that even in this situation, he's not pointing towards the play. He should have done what Fight Me did earlier and rotate back to... let me see the other side. He should have rotated back to the long side of the net. That way he can cover the entire net facing forwards. That's that's a really, really common problem that I see people have when they rotate, is that if you rotate quickly and you rotate efficiently like this, it's not the most efficient to turn around like this, because then you have no momentum whatsoever. But you know, there will be times that you have to block a shot immediately to do that. But in this situation, since I'm covering the immediate threat of a goal, Beachak should have enough time excuse me, to rotate all the way around and start driving along this entire goal line here. Even if you want to go in the net and kind of block, you always want to be basically covering the area that I don't have. Since I'm going to hopefully block the immediate wraparound goal. So he could be facing out a little bit more like this, ready for a clear. So imagine if he was coming out. Now he could be coming out and get this right here. And we could already have, if he was pushed up enough, we could already have another shot on net right there. But because he wasn't there, we had risked a shot on our own net. And since he wasn't there, I honestly kind of panicked and went for a double commit, trying to get a block. But that was another really nice block from Beachak. Decent reaction time. A shot that I should have had there. Decent challenge again by Beachak. Again, actually Beachak here did a really decent rotation, but since he sees me on the left, he should be pushing up. You can see that he actually rotated perfectly this time, but instead of backing up, you should be coming forward. You have to trust your teammates to get a decent block, or at least block the immediate shot. And this would also help if there was a shot to work on your reaction time, because now we're both in net and we're both in the same line into the net. So now all of our defense is just scrambled, because now Fight Me wants to rotate back because he thinks that Beachak should be pushing up, which is correct. So again, Fight Me should not have rotated here because I'm already in the net, or actually, sorry, Beachak is already in the net. So our whole rotation there was a bit screwed up because nobody rotated to the opposite side. It would have been a much clearer rotation had we all rotated back post and then come forward every time. It may take a little bit more time, but you can see how when I came in here, exactly what I mean. I'm waiting for that. And you can see I actually pointed my nose towards the near post to cover that and also to dodge a bump by Beachak there. But I'm actually getting on the goal line the entire time and lining my car up on defense for the entire play. I'm waiting to see if Beachak is going to spawn. I want to see how Fight Me saw that. He was trying to pass it. Honestly, probably not a very good time to try to do that, but either way. I probably should have stolen their boost there, but I noticed that once those guys were both dropping back, I could at least just keep applying pressure. I took their boost and still trying to center it. I noticed that immediately, as soon as both of those guys, I was going to drop back here, that immediately as soon as I saw both of them and I grabbed the enemy's corner boost, I saw Fight Me going for that. And I saw that he had a decent challenge, so I decided to stay. I can also see Beachak on the other side, so this is a very good position for me to be in, because now I can follow up on that. And then Beachak is also ready for the shot that's incoming, or the pass rather. I would like to see this from Fight Me's perspective. He probably expected me to drop back at some point, but there should be no reason for him to go for this at all. The clear was not that hard. So he basically just took himself out of the play, wasted all of his boost, and now he's out of the play on defense as well, and he's got to drop back. And again, you can see that since he didn't rotate behind the post, he's actually only focused on the ball at this point. He doesn't know where I'm at. He doesn't know that I actually have a better save, a better clear, and possibly a shot from this position. I'm actually watching the ball this entire time. I'm not even expecting him to rotate in front of me. So that should be his job as he's dropping back, to just quickly turn off ball cam. He would immediately see me that I'm there, and he should be turning left to avoid, you know, hitting my car. But since I have a better position than he does, I actually have, you can see I'm turning here, that I actually have a better clear, but since he hits me, I had the weakest clear of my life. Anyways, here's the goal that I saved the replay for. Just because I'm a narcissist this way, I'm going to watch it from Ace's perspective. He does good to drop back in net, but he didn't turn his car at all. He just kind of jumped at it first. He could have honestly blocked this. This is one not that hard of a shot. Although I would not expect any Diamond player to expect this kind of a shot. Had he started coming forward and turned his car to the right immediately, he would have been able to save it. But that's really, really nitpicking and kind of overestimating his ability, I'm sure. This is something that I think a lot of people have issues with, is coming up off the wall. You can see that when I grabbed boost, I noticed that there was a clear midfield, and that if I got to this, I could disrupt their offense. But you see that once I go up the wall, I'm not actually boosting anymore, because I know that if I boost, I'm going to fly towards the ceiling with how much speed I have. So I stopped boosting, jumped off the wall, tilted back, then double jumped. So let me play this back at like 25% speed. You can see that I noticed that the clear is coming, and I knew it was going to be a big one. So I immediately grabbed the boost, turn up the wall, and double jump, tilt back, and then start boosting. So that's what allows me to get back in the air and into the middle of the field really quickly. And I see B-Check really wants to take this one, so I'm just kind of bidding my time here. I'm staying close to the play because I know that there's not an immediate shot, and I also want to grab this boost. Again, you can see that even though I'm demoed, I don't have a whole lot of boost. I am the last man back, and I want to cover the pass in case Cup here can actually get it past both of my teammates and pass it center for a shot. So now I can actually cover the entire net, even from this position. And you can see I'm always facing my car towards the ball or to a possible shot. You can see that when it's along the wall, I'm still dropping back and still facing my car towards the net. Because if this rolls along the wall, I would have to get my car in between the ball and the net. So I'm going to have to go in the net basically to save it at that point. So now I notice that the ball is coming out of the wall. I'm keeping the nose of my car faced towards the play the entire time and blocking the possible shot. I'm not sure why I went for this, but not the smartest thing for me. Honestly, should have gotten that hit there. I wanted to pass it to fight me, but he wasn't expecting it. I don't expect him to be able to get that. I think this is honestly the last like 20 seconds or so are just me effing around because I know that we basically have this game over. You can notice that even though I have no boost, I actually used my boost and jumped immediately off the wall. I actually kept my momentum really well here. So even on offense, now that I have decent momentum already on defense. Trying to get a pinch there, 0-second chaos, but that's pretty much it. I wanted to focus a lot on defense this replay and kind of give you some of my perspective on how this game went. Hopefully you guys can give me a like for that awesome shot that I had in here. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to drop a comment below and let me know how you think I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Avatarmanz, signing out.